Imagine standing on Earth 4 billion years ago. No sound of birds, no wind through leaves. Because there are no leaves, just an orange sky, boiling oceans, and a sun that looks strangely dim. This isn't another planet. This is our planet before us, before dinosaurs, before trees, before anything that breathes air. And what happened here, across billions of years, is stranger than almost any alien world we've ever imagined. Hey, I'm your Stickman guide, and today we're going all the way back. Not to the dinosaurs, past them, past the first fish, past the first cell. We're going to travel through the deep history of Earth, the fire, the ice, the oxygen that almost poisoned everything alive. And by the end, you'll understand just how many times this planet had to reinvent itself before it could ever make room. For something like us, Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago, from dust and rock left over after the birth of the sun. For the first several hundred million years, it was basically hell. Molten rock, constant asteroid impacts, no stable crust to stand on. Scientists even gave this period a fitting name, the Hadean, named after the underworld. There was no life, there was barely a planet, in any solid sense of the word, but eventually, the surface cooled, water condensed, oceans formed, and somewhere between 3.8 and 3.5 billion years ago, something extraordinary happened. The first simple, single celled organisms appeared. The atmosphere back then looked nothing like today's. There was almost no oxygen. Instead, it was filled mostly with methane and carbon dioxide. Anything that breathes oxygen today would have died almost instantly. Then came the tiny organisms that changed the entire planet. Cyanobacteria, simple microbes with an incredible new ability, photosynthesis. They captured sunlight and released what was, at the time, a useless waste product, oxygen. For hundreds of millions of years, that oxygen slowly built up until about 2.4 billion years ago, everything changed. Scientists call this the Great Oxidation Event. Oxygen levels suddenly rose, and for most life on Earth, that was catastrophic. Those ancient microbes had evolved without oxygen. To them, oxygen was poison. It may have been the very first mass extinction in Earth's history, not caused by an asteroid, not caused by volcanoes, but by life itself, changing its own world. And the story gets even stranger. Soon after the oxygen crisis, Earth may have frozen almost completely, a period known as Snowball Earth. Ice may have stretched from pole to pole, possibly even reaching the equator. Scientists still debate exactly how complete the freeze was, but the evidence for a deeply frozen planet is remarkably strong. Eventually, oxygen created something else, the ozone layer, a protective shield that blocked deadly ultraviolet radiations, making it possible for life to leave the oceans one day. Life kept evolving. Then, around 540 million years ago, everything accelerated, an event known as the Cambrian explosion. Complex animals suddenly appeared. Across the fossil record, creatures with shells, legs, eyes, predators, prey. The oceans exploded with life, but Earth wasn't finished testing its creations. Over the next several hundred million years, life faced disaster. Again and again. 5 major mass extinctions, each one changing the course of evolution forever. The worst happened 252 million years ago. The Permian extinction, also called the Great Dying, massive volcanic eruptions in what is now Siberia, released enormous amounts of gas. The oceans became acidic. The atmosphere changed. An estimated 90% of all species disappeared. It was the closest life has ever come to complete annihilation. Imagine that. A world that had spent nearly 3 billion years building life, color, complexity, almost erased in what was, geologically speaking, the blink of an eye, and yet something survived. A handful of species, holding on, carrying the entire future of life. Forward, out of that devastation, rose the age of reptiles. Eventually, the dinosaurs. They ruled Earth for more than 160 million years, far longer than humans have existed, far longer than mammals had dominated anything. Then, everything changed again. 66 million years ago, an asteroid, roughly the size of a mountain, slammed into what is now Mexico. The impact ended the age of dinosaurs, but it also created an opportunity. Small, shrew-like mammals that had spent millions of years hiding underground finally stepped into the light. Every one of those events meets the oxygen revolution, Snowball Earth, 5 mass extinctions, the asteroid, all happened before mammals could rise, before primates evolved. before one particular ape stood upright on the plains of Africa roughly 300,000 years ago. You are not separate from this history, you are the latest chapter. In it, Earth didn't build us on purpose, it rebuilt itself. Again and again. Through fire, through ice, through poison, through impacts, and every single time. Life found a way to survive. We are standing at the end of an unbroken chain, nearly 4 billion years long, a chain that never stopped fighting. To continue. So here's a question. If that asteroid had missed Earth 66 million years ago, dinosaurs might still rule this planet today, and humans might never have existed. So, do you think humanity was ever meant to happen? Or are we simply the species that got lucky? Let me know what you think down in the comments.